Good morning, students. In this lesson, we are going to see that new lesson, electrochemistry. Unit number 9, electrochemistry. Okay. Today we are going to learn the subtopic conductivity and resistivity. Conductivity and resistivity. Now, what are the learning objectives is there, and why we want to learn electrochemistry? These are the things we are going to learn this video. Electrochemistry is a very important, necessary for us today life. Okay. Without electrochemistry application, we can't able to get any substance from the purified form, and we can't able to store as the substance at a long life. To take a fridge is one of the best example for the electrochemical reaction, because in backside in your fridge is having the chlorofluorocarbon. The chlorofluorocarbon is having a tendency to releasing some of the part that will be going to helpful with your freezer. The freezer is converting that chemical energy into the another form of energy, and we're getting a ice cubes and temperature was get reduced. How the temperature get controlled, but particularly section means some of the chemical reaction is happening inside. Okay, like micro oven, fridge, so many example, electrical rice cooker, so many examples is there. So we are learn in this lesson that type of conductivity and resistance, how they are going to conduct energy and convert into one form to another form. Okay, first one, introduction, second conductivity, and third one is resistivity. Okay, that I give a small definition about the electrochemistry. Electrochemistry is a branch of physical chemistry. So you know that one, inorganic, organic, and physical. So inorganic chemistry fully deals with the metal and its application, and physical chemistry is fully dealt with the application of entropy, enthalpy, and Gibbs free energies. Like that, we are going to learn what happening while doing the chemical reaction, how the reaction get converted into another form of reaction, what we can get a product. Okay, then the branch of physical chemistry that is studies in the relationship between the electricity. I said already, while we are doing a chemical reaction or chemical substance, the some chemical reaction liberated some of the heat and some of the cold. So like the endothermic and exothermic reaction will be happening. Okay, the endothermic and exothermic reaction is nothing but you are releasing energy into inside the chamber to another outside, otherwise absorbing the energy to outside to inside. So how the energy will be released as a heat, how the energy will be absorbed as a cold, that is called a measurable quantitative phenomena. We are normally say we can observing while we are mixing the salt plus water, we can feel some of the chillness in outside the chamber. Whether we can have a water, then you add a little amount of acid, what happening when touch the tumbler or beaker, we feel heat. What happening, we feel heat, we feel cold, but we can't able to see the quantity of that one. With the helpful of electrochemistry, we can see the exact quantity energy will be releasing from the inside and exact quantity energy will be absorbing from the outside. Okay, and identifiable chemical changes, how the chemical changes will be taken place, whether we are taking as a solid reactor and getting a liquid product, how the reaction will be going through that one, how much energy will be required to converting as a product, and how much energy will be released or emitted from that reactions inside. These are the things we are going to learn in this video. I'll give a small introduction about the electrochemistry. The definition of electrochemistry. Electrochemistry deals with the conversion of chemical energy into the electrical energy, the electrical energy into the chemical energy. You see the already in olden days we are having a radios. In radios we are inserting some of the batteries, like a big batteries. Even though we are using some of the Hebrides batteries in our wall clocks. What happening while we are inserting the clock? Once inserting that shell to the chamber, the clock get rotating. The clock get rotating. So what the combination is having the inside that batteries or shells, then you can think that batteries or cell is having some of the chemical composition, that chemical composition is helpful to releasing a energy as an electron, The electron is going by conducted by anode and cathode. Then anode and cathode carrying the electron to around the circuit. The circuit get rotate with the help of momentum of the electron. The momentum of electron is called electricity. The momentum of electron is called electricity. So where we are getting from the electron? We are getting from the electron the chemical storage in packing with the cell container that is going to heated with the anode and cathode. So anode and cathode is carrying an electron and moving through a passage. While we are moving through a passage, what happening? We are observing here some of the changes will be happening. The stopped clock, we are inserting the watch shell, the clock was running. So what happening? The chemical energy immediately release the electron and the clock was rotating. The clock was rotating. Whether we can able to find out the measure exactly how much quantity of the electron will be emitted from the cell? Yeah, of course we can find out because we are having a chemical methodology. That chemical methodology is useful to identify the type of chemical methodology is useful to identify the how much chemical energy is converted into electrical energy and how much electrical energy is converted as a chemical energy. So what happening? One side loss will be happening, another side gain will be happening. This type of electron transformation is called oxidation and reduction. These types of electron transformation is called oxidation and reduction. So oxidation and reduction is nothing but a redox reaction. Particularly in your electrochemistry, all the reaction will be happening as a redox reaction. What is mean of redox? See, red is reduction, ox is oxygen. Okay. The electrochemistry deals with the study of electricity production of electricity from energy released during the spontaneous chemical reaction. How the redox reaction will be happening? The reaction should be spontaneous. Spontaneous is nothing but the reaction will be taking place regularly. Whether you take a same example of say the clock rotating, when you are inserting a new shell to the clock chamber, the clock was rotating. After a certain period, the clock gets stopped. What happened in the inside? Because all the chemical energy has to be converted as a electrical energy. But that is not a redox reaction. That is not a spontaneous reaction. That is a reaction. That is a non-spontaneous reaction. Non-spontaneous reaction means it is going to only one side. Spontaneous reaction is nothing but you take here nowadays we are using a n number of mobile phones, n number of electrical chambers. Electrical chambers is containing a lithium ion battery that is also happening the redox reaction. Whether we are having a mobile phone, we are using it daily. Afterwards, the battery get drained. The battery will be indicating your battery was low. What happening? We are going to insert the charger wire, then get recharged. That type of rechargeable battery is called a redox reaction is happening inside. So only that is called a rechargeable batteries. Now you can understand what is meant by spontaneous reaction and non-spontaneous reaction. Then second one is what is rechargeable, another one is not rechargeable. So we are using our mobile phones and laptops and computers, that is and all coming under a rechargeable batteries. The spontaneous reaction batteries, whether the chemical reaction will be fully converted as a product. Finally, we are inserting an electron, the chemical reaction again regenerated. I showed it here. One side is happening here, the rotation will be liking. Okay. Once the reduction will be occurring, the oxidation will be happening. The oxidation will be occurring, the reduction will be happening. This types of cyclation reaction is called a redox reaction. Particularly, you take a best example of redox reaction is our mobile phone. Electricity from energy released during the spontaneous chemical reaction and the use of electrical energy to bring out the non-spontaneous chemical reaction transformation. Okay. I said while we are non-spontaneous means the battery get exhausted. While we are feel to battery is not able to having a capacity to taking a long period. It is drained easily. Like that, we are saying means the capacity of the chemical compound inside your battery is loses the character, characters. Then how will be happening when we are reducing agent and oxidizing agent? Compound lose the electron, compound gain electron. Okay. Oxidizing agent is helpful to oxidizing a compound. The reducing agent is helpful to reducing a compound. This vice versa system is called a redox reaction. This vice versa system is called a redox reaction for chemical transmutation. Now I am going to show as a chemical reaction. See, I take one of the chemical reaction. I insert here one anode and cathode here. I insert here one anode and cathode here. So this is the electrolytic solution. You know, though electrolytic solution is containing a. You take an example of sodium chloride. So what are the electrolytes? Na plus and Cl minus. Oh, you can assume that simply the electrolytic solution is containing plus and minus charges. Plus and minus charges. What happening? The cathode is having a property to attract the plus charges. In anode is character to attracting the minus charges. While the moving of this speed, the electricity will be the electron movement from one side to another side. The movement of electron while they are moving, the energy get released. The energy get released. That is called electricity. That is identified with the help of the ammeter or galvanometer. So here we are going to see that conductivity or specific conductor. Conductivity, we are simply say the conductance will be happening the anode and cathode side. The specific conductance is helpful to find out the particular electrolyte solution, particularly electrolyte solution. Okay, the unit of this electrolyte measurement Siemens per meter. Siemens per meter. Otherwise, we are simply writing SM inverse. Like that also. This is also correct. This is also correct. Okay. Then the conductivity, the electrolytic solution is a measure of ability to conducting the electricity. How much electricity will be conducting this chamber? The movement will be happening. The conductivity also is there. How much electricity will be conducted from the chamber also we are going to identify here. The conductivity is the reciprocal of resistance. Okay, conductivity is a reciprocal of resistance. Conductivity is like a copper. We are saying a copper 1 by R is inversely proportional. Inversely proportionality. Whether the conductivity is increasing, the resistance will be decreasing. The resistance will be increasing whether the conductivity of copper will be decreases. Then resistivity. Resistivity also important factor for your electrochemistry. Resistant, you know that withstanding power. Withstanding power. You take one of the bulb or one of the resistivity also very of the important fundamental part in your electrochemistry. The resistance of wire is directly proportional to its length and inversely proportional to the cross section area. So you are now you can understand your home. You are constructing a new home. While we are doing electrical work, the electrician will be prescribing or giving a suggestion to making a gauge. You can bring this gauge wire. Gauge is nothing but the density of the copper inside the wire. They're prescribing the wire is having a tendency to accepting this types of load. So where we are purchasing a high resistant wires, while the sometimes happening any oscillation in your current electricity also, that can be withstand. Suppose we can purchasing a low cost low gauge wire, what happening, the oscillation will be occur time, we are getting failures, the busting, the wire was burning, like that will be occurring in our home. How we are going to identify the resistivity will be helpful to identify the type of resistant. So wire is directly proportional to the length. We want a length means we want this types of gauge. Gauge is cross sectional area. So we can assume this is your wire, copper wire. This is without coating a polymer. This is only for copper. The copper density is A, cross section. This is called a cross section. and this is called length. You know that one. How much amount we take, that is called a length. The cross section will be assumed as a. Okay. So the resistance is directly proportional to the length. Resistance is directly proportional to the length and inversely proportional to the cross section area. So inversely proportional to the cross section area is nothing but whether we are increasing the cross section area, the length will very minimum. Whether we are reducing the cross section area, length will be maximum. Here, rho, this is called rho, is called a resistivity character. The constant is called a resistivity. The constant is called a resistivity. Okay, nothing but we are simply, you can assume. So this is or resistivity directly proportional to the length and inversely proportional to the cross length. I can write like this. Okay. So resistance is directly proportional to the length and inversely proportional to the cross section area. We are simply writing like this also. Actually, you can write like this and 1 by A. Instead of 1 into L into 1. So I can write here like this. So R directly proportional to L and inversely proportional to A. So I want to remove this proportionality concept, mean I can add one of the constant I using this rho. Okay, R is equal to rho 1 by L by A. L by A. Okay. So this is a exact resistivity of the your purchasing wire. Whether we can supplying the rho value and length and the cross sectional area value, we can give the resistivity. How they are mentioning this wire is resisted for 240 ohm. 240 ohms. How they are measured remains like this. Formula is helpful to find out the resistivity of the wires. Okay. Then resistivity. See the cross section, rho is equal to R into A by L inversely, and instead of rho is nothing but length of inside of the thickness. Okay. See the flow of an electrical current with some material resisting the current flow more than others. Okay. You take that copper. A copper is one of the best resistant of electricity. So only we are using our home things is copper wires. Instead of comparatively aluminum is less, but aluminum is also withstanding power is there, resistivity is there. So only in your big gauge, big electrical towers is containing aluminum wire. A small home things is having a like our copper wire. So now we are going to see the conductivity. Conductivity, substance which allow to conducting the electric current to pass through them. They are allowed to conducting electricity one end to another end via the pass throughing area. You take a copper wire, the copper wire is very easily helpful to conducting electricity one end to another end. So only we are switch on our light, the light will be blinking like that. The electricity, the conductivity will be happening. The conductivity will be happening. Depends upon the conductivity. So many conductivities are there, particularly metallic conductor. Metallic conductor is nothing but a Daniel cell, voltaic cell. That's and all we are going to read later. Now you can understand the current flowing through an electrolytic solution is carried by the ions. The fraction of the current carried by an ion is called transport number or transformation number. That is depends upon the conductivity of the cell. Conductivity of the cell or conductivity. Conductivity of the cell or conductivity. See the electrolytic conductors. Some of the metallic conductors. We are using a fuses. We are using some of the indicator in an acid base also solutions. That is also one of the best example for electrolytic conductor. They're allowing to write them. They're allowing to write them to conducting electricity one end to another end with the helpful of electron movement. Okay, that type of system is called a conductors. that is helpful to during a conductivity. Then I said earlier, the water purifiers are best example for metallic conductors. See, the system is having a property, some of the conductivities is there, so only we are getting inserting a very salty water, finally we getting a pure water, the filtration, metallic conductor and redox reaction will be happening inside. Okay, then the conductivity in your section, the conductivity is a more convenient to use a conductance rather than resistance. You know that one, conductance and resistance. Resistance is withstanding power, conductance is allowing the electron from one end to another end. Okay, so reciprocal of resistance, simply conductivity is called a reciprocal of resistance. Once the conductance will be increasing, resistance will be low. Once the resistance will be increasing, conductivity will be low. The reciprocal meaning is like that. Gives the conductance of the electrolytic solution. The SI unit, you know that, Siemens. How we are going to represent it? C is equal to 1 by R. C is equal to 1 by R. C is nothing but concentration of the solution. Okay. Okay, whether you can assume the cubic part of the solution, whether your cubic part of the solution. C is equal to conductance is equal to, we are mentioning a C is called a conductance. Conductance and reciprocal of a resistance. C is equal to 1 by rho into A by L. 1 by rho into A by L, because you know the resistance. Instead of this one, I'm going to substitute rho into L by A. I'm going to substitute here. What happening? 1 by rho into A by L, that get inverse. Okay. The reciprocal of specific conductance, specific resistance 1 by R. So this system is called a specific for a electrolytic solution, or called the specific conductance or conductivity. Okay. The 1 by P is a specific conductance. Okay. They already find out the value is kappa. The value is kappa. So I'm going to simply replacing the kappa here. So what happening? C is equal to kappa A by L. Okay. I want in left hand side this kappa. I can simply transform here. This going to here. What happening? The reaction get inverse. Kappa is equal to C into A by L. C into A by L. You know the unit of kappa. Unit of kappa is equal to A by L. The value of rho, you know the conductivity is nothing but ohms. Then length is converted as a meter and cross section area as a meter square. Okay. So I take 1 by ohm. Simply instead of this one, ohm inverse. What happening? M into M square that get cancelled. We get M inverse or mom meter inverse. Mom meter inverse or Siemens per meter. Siemens per meter. Okay. These three values, the three units are correct by this your conductivity values. Okay. So conductivity you can assume the convenient method to using a identify the how much amount of the electron will be conducting from the solution. Otherwise, the reciprocal of resistance. You can understand the reciprocal of resistance is nothing but whether the conductivity is increasing, the resistivity will be decreasing. Okay. Though how we are simply writing this equation, C is equal to 1 by R. You can understand this calculation. Okay. Then A is equal to, you know that 1 power meter power, some of the wires also they are mentioning, the cross sectional area of wire is equal to 1 meter square and length is 1 meter. The copper is equal to C. Okay. Now the specific conductance is defined as a conductance of cube of electrolytic solution. We are going to, this is a full system. I take only one cube here. So this cube is this one. Okay. So the SI unit of specific conductance is Siemens per meter. So I give one of the example here. Now I'm going to derive an equal calculation. So conductivity cell have a two platinum electrodes separated by the distance 1.5 centimeter. Okay, this is a chamber. They are placed it in a two platinum electrode. What is the distance here? 1.5 centimeter. 1.5 centimeter or 1 into 1.5 into 10 to the power 3 meter. Okay, 3, 10 to the power 3. The centimeter is nothing but 10 to the power minus 3. The cross-sectional area of the electrode 4.5 square meter. 4.5 square meter centimeter. Using this cell, the resistance of 0.5 N electrolytic solution was measured by fast 15 ohms. We are getting a electricity. So what happening inside, we are going to see the solution of this one. We know that one copper is equal to 1 by resistant. Instead of C, I can place it here 1 by C, because I'm going to identify the resistance of the complex. Okay. So copper is equal to 1 by what they are getting, 15 ohm for the resistance of the cell, into length into 1.5 into 10 to the power minus 2 meter. Then the square meter, 10 to the square meter is 10 to the power minus 2, and square centimeter and centimeter is 10 to the power minus 2. What happening? Finally, we get a 10 to the power 4 meter square. So finally, this get reduced, this and this get reduced. Then this get reduced. 2.22 Siemens per square. Siemens per meter. I give the small recap about the section. First, we are identify the conductance with the help of the electrolytic solution, and we are going to identify the resistance with the help of the conductance. Thank you, students.